Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be playing some MegaMek. Yes, here I am. Hello Varenk, hello Mr. McGorilla, and for anyone watching who can't pick it up by context clues, we are starting 2 hours early today. Thinking, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. Happy to have you here live. I saw your posts in the Discord, and it's always happy to, it's always a good thing when I see people in the community being active and all that good stuff. We are going to be starting with continuing this battle that we started last week. Last week minus 2 hours. This data center that we're going to destroy, and we are talking about leveling it because we are not trying to get drawn into a whole inner city kind of destruction derby kind of situation. But real quick, yeah, the hostile data center over here, which we are trying to destroy. We also have an enemy base of operations over here that we've kind of reconnaissanced, but not really. We sent a unit there and then we pulled them back. Let's see, finances, infirmary. We just have people being seen by our elite doctors. Repair bay, we've got Wyvern's Archer waiting on some heat sinks. Holding my eyes open with toothpicks at the moment. I have to close up on a second cup of coffee after I finish my first. Yeah, I feel that. I'm a 2 cup of coffee kind of guy myself. I'm not really alive until at least my first cup. Sorry, I know things. It's probably what, like 4 a.m. for you right now? I'll be honest, if it was me, I probably wouldn't be here. Um, Next week, depending on how things go tonight, we might try a 5 to 7 kind of situation, but I'll have to touch base with Gemini and see what she has to say after tonight. And I'll be honest, she's probably going to be in favor of continuing at this earlier time frame. Um, Let's see, as far as personnel, we do have some XP. Fred Jones has his 40 XP, so he can switch over to Weapon Specialist Clan ERPPC anytime now. We are just waiting for his Awesome to be ready, which will be done in a couple of weeks. It'll be better for him when time changes. You're talking about what, when we fall back? That'll help a little bit, I think, but I mean, maybe for a couple of days, but then after that you'll adjust to the new time. And anyway, we'll see, but going forward, honestly, 4 to 6 looks kind of likely at this point. I can't say for sure just yet, but fighting my first clans right now as part of Operation Bulldog. Oh my goodness. You're just jumping right on in, huh? Jeez. Attacking the clans is something I built up to for, what, 3 years? 2 years of gameplay? Later eras. Okay, so you like what? Things like, um, re-engineered lasers and reflective armor and all the different kinds of ammo that you can get for autocannons and stuff like that. I don't blame you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. So, you know, that's what the game is all about, playing how you like. So when we left off, we had just finished the shooting phase. We were about to get into physical attacks. Let me edit the bots. We'll replace everyone with Princess. Oh yeah, I had to move the round report earlier, so it's down here. The Orion 2C is at 1 heat. The Phoenix Hawk is at 2 heat. Poser is at 1 heat, or down to 1 heat. Everyone else is running cool. Oh. Click done. Can't just close out the window. Alright, round 5. We've won initiative and we are going last. Good deal. Oh, but we do get to deploy. We have a champion, and the champion has, or no, HP2. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the champion with an LB10X and a couple medium lasers. Thinking that siege turret's gotta go. The Excalibur's gotta go. I'm thinking we can deploy like right here and advance on the siege turret. And if necessary, we can juke to the right. Yeah, I think right there is probably the best spot for us. Oh, do you use your own custom mechs? That is a good question. I'm from Rogue Tech with tons of extra insane gear and very custom. Okay. Yeah, Rogue Tech definitely has a lot more custom gear, a lot more options than what I'm used to playing with. I mean, I play level 2 rules for the most part. I stay away from level 3 stuff. Yeah, Rogue Tech is just all full of stuff that I am not familiar with, I'll be honest. Um, uh, it's, uh, it's almost like a totally different game just because there's so much more, oh, we got a Cronus to deploy. The Cronus can start, I think, over here. Rush forward, maybe knock out this Excalibur without getting too close to the imp or something. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll maybe get a little bit farther forward from where the Clint is. See if we can maybe land some hits on the Excalibur from like this kind of region. Rogue Tech is pretty awesome. I haven't played in a couple months, but I have over 5,000 hours into it. Jeez. I could never get Rogue Tech to run on my machine. The closest I've come is 3062, Advanced 3062. And even that, I mean, jeez, I can smell my machine burning when that happens. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to get eyes on the Excalibur from here. But we'll have eyes on the Crusader at least, and maybe the Imp. Said this game isn't super balanced if you really ignore chassis considerations. Currently sticking with stock builds, except for a Hunchback I added extra medium lasers and jump jets for a medium laser specialist. Yeah, there are variants of the Hunchback, especially the Swayback with the 6 medium lasers that I would consider to be very, very powerful, especially in the hands of a medium laser specialist. As a matter of fact, there's just something about being a medium laser specialist that just, oh, gives me the, something about a medium laser specialist is just so OP. It's a little ridiculous. We're not not gonna get the +4. It's gamey. No reason to be sorry, trust me. I play things a little gamey around here too. Or a lot gamey, depending on how you look at things. Um, medium laser specialist is, I think I actually have one on the field. Is that, who was that again? No, it was Fred French. Who's the other archer? Where's the other archer? There it is. Ash. Yeah, Ash. Medium laser specialist, medium range specialist. There she is. Yeah. And then if you look at what we've got here, we've got 8 medium lasers. No SRMs, no LRMs. It's an archer with just 3 medium lasers in each side torso and 2 in the CT. It is super effective. It works really well. And if it's a little gamey, well, it is a game. Had a Gauss specialist? Oh my goodness. Who died to a punch to the cockpit in her first mission. Oh my gosh. That's quite the bummer. I don't know if you've seen our early game, but we lost our commander to a head hit. He was in a Battle Master, if I recall. And that was so long ago. I barely remember. I don't remember if he punched out and was no. He punched out and then he was machine gunned down by a Thunderbolt. That's why I've had it out against enemy Thunderbolts ever since. But yeah, head hits are the worst when you're playing in a campaign because there's really nothing you can do to prevent it aside from having just copious amounts of edge. And copious amounts of edge is not always feasible. It's just not something you can always do. Speaking of Ash, she needs to get in closer so that she can use those medium lasers. Hoser. Hoser is dueling it out with the Imp at long range, and I think I'm okay with him where he is. Let's see. Earl will advance and maybe take some shots at the Crusader or the Imp. Has anyone tried Metal Mercs yet? I've not heard of Metal Mercs. Is that a Battletech thing, or is that just kind of a giant robot thing? Yeah. Yeah, no. Having a Gauss specialist on the team sounds really nice, actually, especially if you have a mech with 2 or I don't know if there's a way you can fit 3 Gauss rifles on one mech. I mean, I guess the Gauss Zilla does it, but you know. Think of an updated Crescent Hawk's Revenge. Okay, so kind of real time. Oh, Crescent Hawk's Inception. I'll be honest, I haven't played either one. I think I got Crescent Hawk's Inception running one time on DOSBox. But I couldn't get past the first mission. I don't know if it's just because I need to get good or if it's just something I was doing wrong, but but yeah, no, I never played Crescent Hawk's Revenge, and I only played just the barest little bit of Crescent Hawk's Inception. But yeah, Metal Mercs. Not familiar. Is it an official Battletech? Or is it unofficial. There's still a Vixen up here. Siege turret. The heavy missile turret needs to be our next target, I think, after the siege turret. We've got 3 light missile and laser turrets. The light missile turrets are probably next. The light laser turret can wait indefinitely. Okay, so it's just giant robots. Not affiliated. Okay, let's advance with Petra. Yeah, I figured. When you said it's not BattleTech, I figured you meant there is no Marauders, no Archers. But there are giant robots of some type, which automatically gives it at least 1 thumb up in my book. Anything with giant robots is a winning game, just by its nature. The Vulcan. No. I do not like that. There's still a Mongoose here to respond to. We've got the Phoenix Hawk. Haven't tried Metal Mercs. President Hawk's Inception. I played it when it came out. Cyberstorm was a good one also. I'm not familiar with Cyberstorm. Man, you guys are hitting me with all the ones I don't know. Remember Cyberstorm? You're one up on me then, because I don't. Phoenix Hawk can walk for some evasion. Wishing it had an ER large laser instead of the standard large laser. But we can still get a hit on the Crusader from here. Ataraxi, hey, how's it going? Yeah, glad you were able to make it tonight. Or today, I guess, since it's not really that late. At least not here, anyway. Sorry, there's a train going by. Episode 42. Wow, that is quite a ways back. But yeah, as far as catching a live stream again, does this time slot work better for you, or does the later time slot work better? 2 years ago, yeah. Oh man, we've come a long way since then. I say we as a unit, maybe not me as a player. I'm still sticking to my old tried and true tactics to run up on them and kick them until they fall down. Jump to the current contract to sandwich the episodes. Okay. Hey, whatever works. Always appreciate the views. We've got the Clint the Vulcan, Stalker, and the Black Knight still. Stalker has eyes on the Mongoose. Yeah, we will forego evasion to try to get the Mongoose into medium laser range at a walking pace. But yeah, I understand there's a lot of content to work your way through. I've thought briefly about trying to break it up into chapters to make it a little bit more manageable. I just haven't gone through my catalog to figure out where to break it up into because I'd basically have to rewatch all of the old episodes, and that sounds like a lot of work. uh, Feel like I know you from watching all the VODs from so long ago. Yeah, not surprising. Um, it's all out there. Um, Silent K version of RimWorld 1 to 100. I assume 1 to 100 is like a 100 day or 100-year challenge or something like that. Day 1 to 100, yeah, okay. Can you figure out what you were doing just from the titles? Probably not. I'll be honest, I'm not good at coming up with titles, so I generally just I just throw in the first title that I think of for each episode. And they don't have a lot of sticking power up in the old noggin. Um, and honestly, the older episodes, especially from like 2 years ago, I probably don't even remember the contract we were on, let alone the mission. Uh, um, there's a reason that I rewatch all my episodes before I go on streaming because, excuse me, if I don't rewatch the old episode, then I'll have no idea what I was doing at the time. Like, even this episode, I started rewatching last week's episode at around 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon, um, just to get my head back in the game from a week ago. Because I mean, a week is a long time to go without looking at something, especially when you're in the middle of a mission, in my opinion. So after a week, when it's pretty much all blown out the other ear, I kind of have to rewatch the episode from the week before just to have an idea of what's going on. There's the Kentaro, there's Excalibur, and the Crusader, and the Orion 2C. I think that's a little closer than I want to get with the Clint. Clint could take a Gauss rifle, but not very well. Thomas Eisman, hey, how's it going? Good evening. Or I should say good afternoon, because it's usually evening when I play, but it's not today. With the amount of traffic that I'm getting in the chat, though, I'm thinking maybe this is the time slot I should have been in all along. Um, I'm not used to seeing so many colors in the chat. Also automates a lot of things compared to version 48. Awarding medals. Are medals automatic now? Because I hadn't noticed that. He's running the old episode at a faster speed. That's actually probably something I should have been doing from a long time ago. A lot of people are excited about the franchise thanks to the MechWarrior 5 clans. I can see that, but I mean, I don't usually get a lot of extra traffic when things happen. Like when the Kickstarter happened, there was a lot of excitement in the community, but I didn't really see a lot of that on this channel. And I think that's just because it is so much a smaller channel. But yeah, I mean, if it's MechWarrior 5 clans that I have to thank for having what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in chat right now, and 8 viewers. Wow, that's it's like an all-time high for me. Yeah, MegaMek is extremely niche. That's why I'm perfectly okay with having a small number of viewers. I mean, this is just me playing the game and you guys hanging out. That's how it's always been. And now suddenly, I'm starting to feel like a real streamer. um, Not that I'm like trying to turn this into an occupation or anything. The new MekHQ has the option to generate personalities. Really? Is that something I wonder? Interesting feller. Edit? Is that under personalities, huh? Hmm. Well, I don't see it here. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot, or maybe it's something that's only available when you create a new character. All the BattleTech books, but nobody to play with. So MegaMek it is. Hey, I'm exactly the same way. There's actually a bar not far from here that does BattleTech on Wednesdays, but um, because of work, I never have Wednesdays off, so I'm never able to go and play in person. So this is literally all the BattleTech I get is the stream. Mainly because of work, and I don't have a lot of spare time to get into it. Maybe if I could get Wednesdays and Thursdays off from work, I would be able to do more BattleTech. But as it is, Thursdays is all I get. Uh, but yeah, Rompy Stompy robot books and then roll dice to blow them up. Yeah. Yeah, MegaMek is great for that, especially if you can get on like the MegaMek Discord or the BattleTech Discord. There are some looking for group kind of posts where you might be able to find someone to play with online. I think there's also, I don't know if Mech Wars is still up or not, but there are definitely games online that you can find. Strange. Yeah, you can find games online, especially through the Discord or through I want to say megamek.org or battletech.org, battletech.com or .org, I'm not sure. But there's a forum at the BattleTech website. And there should be a channel or a section for looking for group kind of posts. Alright, let's see if we can mess up this mongoose this turn and then fall back. And then the Clint. The Clint has an ER. No, the Clint has a regular large laser. Dang. Why do we not have an ER large on the Clint? Let's go for a headshot on the Crusader if we can, maybe this turn, and then we'll back up next turn. Hopefully we don't take too much damage in between with the +3 mod. I hear you. There's a group where I am, but I'm either catching up with my girlfriend or busy with other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Had a lot more time to devote to BattleTech when I was younger, and now that I've got a job and a fiance and all that good stuff, I just don't have the time for it anymore. An old school Solaris style text based real time site you can play on. Really? I think I've got links turned off in my chat, but it was great back in the day. It just needs more active people on around the clock. Yeah, I imagine so. Um, if you're wanting to share the name of the website, you should be able to do that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got links turned off in my chat, but you should be able to at least name the website so people know what to look for. Post later in Discord? Yeah, hey, sure. Absolutely. If not for me, then for everyone else. Alright. Crusader, head, tens. Oof. Then again, that Crusader only has 7 points on the head. If we can land a 10 and then follow that with an 8 plus, yeah, we will take that shot and we will skip the mediums. Or will we? Is there anyone we can hit with medium? We can go center torso with the mediums on a pair of 8s. Yeah, we'll throw in a pair of 8s at the center torso. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Earl is taking some fire this turn. We've got the head on a 10. And then we've got the mongoose on a pair of 13s. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The Mackie can't really hit the head from that range. But we might be able to hit the center torso on 6s. Or we've got the Crusader on 9s. We've got the Excalibur on a 10. Got the Imp on 9s. Let me switch to Hoser real quick. We've got the Imp on 3s. Yeah, so we'll take all 3 of those at extreme range. The Excalibur on a 7. We'll go 5 feet over and we'll skip the large laser next turn. Battletech 3065. It's an MUX and playable via web browser. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a load of fun. I wish I had the time, but as it is, I hope someone can get some good use out of that. Battletech 3065. I assume that's like a .com or a .org kind of website. But yeah, Google, I imagine, should pull that up pretty quickly. We got 6s. Mackie. For 9s. Let's go for the 6s. And the medium lasers will have to stay silent this turn. It's a .com. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. I get a chance, I would like to check that out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Oh, they are really targeting Earl. We've got 11s and 9s and 8s and 11s and 9s. 9s with the Gauss rifle. 8s with the Gauss rifle. Oof. Yeah, Earl is taking a buttload of fire this turn, and the Imp is firing at the Behemoth. Or Behemoth, depending on your accent. Let's go with the Atlas. We've got the Imp on 9s. We've got the other Crusader on 9s. We've got this Crusader who only needs a 5 to regain consciousness, I believe. Yeah, we'll go against the one that's down and out for the time being. Only played a Lord of the Rings mod almost 30 years ago. Wow. Literally any point in buying your own ships other than the slight improvement to your mark reputation. If you're keeping track of your cargo capacity, yes. If it's your only way of getting a transport bay for maintenance on your mechs, then yes. Other than that, not really. I can't think of anything. But I'll tell you what, if you're running anywhere from 4 to 12 mechs, then after about a year or so of playtime, or a year or so in game, you'll have the money for a ship, and as far as I'm aware, not a lot to spend it on, unless you would just want to like collect all the mechs for sale. um, so yeah, we're gonna fire the LBX at the center torso. We're gonna fire the large laser at the center torso. Do we have? We've got an LRM-20 we can hit on the 6. Stiletto in the Cronus has him on 5s. ER large, medium pulses. Yeah, okay. Ash has no targets. Based on the spreadsheet, if you're a lower rep company, having a dropship will boost your maintenance level 1 level while you're out on certain types of contracts. Yeah, I mean, it can be useful to have a dropship for the maintenance bays or for the transport bays, which is better than a field workshop. Um, but if you're not playing with those rules, or if you're playing fast and loose with those rules, then there's really not much point. But if you are using those rules, then yes, definitely having drop ships with enough mech bays can definitely help. I mean, that's my justification for using mech and maintenance bays, or mech bays, when I'm on contract. This contract, I've been using maintenance bays because. Well, let me double check that here. Status. Yeah, facility maintenance bay, because we are doing a relief duty. So I'm assuming that we have some kind of home base or something that we can be working out of. But yeah, our uh, contract is working with us in this case. It'll also be used for hot dropping units into a fight if you're into that. I don't know if that's implemented in MegaMek. I know that you can set up your deployment to be the center zone or whichever zone on whichever turn you want. Um, but as far as hot drops from a dropship, that is not something I think is implemented. Phoenix Hawk, the Imp on a 9, Crusader on a 9. Yeah, we'll take a hot shot at the Crusader. Longsword taking fire from the siege turret again, which we would like to destroy if we can. It currently has 37 construction factor, so that's 26 if we hit with everything. That's 33. Yeah, we're not going to be able to destroy it this turn, not with just that mech. Actually, if the champion joins in, champion has the mongoose on an 11, has the siege turret on 4s. That's a pretty easy choice to make. So yeah, we'll throw an extra 10 at that. That might be enough. Because that was 33 up to 43. If everything hits, we should be able to take down that siege turret. And then the stalker at the mongoose, we've got him on 11s. 4, 5 for walking, 6, 7, 8 for his movement, 9, 10 for range, 11 for the woods. Jeez. Okay, well, we'll throw those in. Throw these in. And maybe next turn we'll get a little closer and get a slightly better shot on the mongoose, but for now he is just too evasive. Get a good shot on. If I recall correctly, having your own jump ships and drop ships also starts factoring into contract negotiations. It can have an effect on the transport terms, if I'm not mistaken. Other than the transport terms, I'm not sure, because I think it factors into your reputation level as well. But I'll be honest, most of our reputation comes from successful contracts, not from our actual assets. As a matter of fact, I think no, I don't have a manual reputation modifier listed on this one, but in the past I have used a negative manual reputation modifier to bring that contract reputation down. Because like right now, 60 points of our reputation comes from the 12 successful contracts that we've finished. So without that 60 points, we're only an 88 point company. So that could have an effect on that. We do have, we've got 0 points for transportation. We do have 34 points for support, but that's mostly, it looks like tech and medical support and HR. Not so much the transport bays. Dropship capacity, we're at 37%. Doesn't seem quite right. It might be that we're at like 37% taken care of and 63% untaken care of, maybe. I'm not entirely sure exactly how that works. Obviously, you can do it for the role play. Yeah, that's the main reason that I have ships on my roster, is for the fluff of it. Like, if you're a pirate, you'd better have a ship to evade the law, yeah. Oh, can you guys excuse me for just a second? Okay, well, sorry about that, guys. Never worried about being rich enough to splurge on a warship? No. Warship is definitely a higher tier than I've ever been either. I don't think I've ever even had a jump ship to my name. But dropships are pretty easy to come by once you get fairly established. Okay, so the mongoose missed with the ER large laser, did land both medium lasers on 9s to the right arm and left leg of the stalker, down to 23 and 25 points in those locations. The vixen with the 2 ER mediums and the LRM 20 missed everything with on 9s and 11s. The Clint at the... This is the... Oh. Okay, this Crusader, number 140, apparently is going to take some damage this turn. Got him with a medium laser to the center torso down to 29. The Excalibur missing on a pair of 8s, that's good. The Vulcan missed the Crusader on a 10. Crusader 139. Hold on. Just a sec. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my chest right now. Crusader 139 did land 12 LRMs on an 11 on Earl's left, right, and center torso, down to 17 on that left torso. Hoser at the Imp on 3s lands hits to the left torso, the left arm, and right arm, down to 7 on that right arm, down to 5 on that left torso. This is all at extreme range, so wow. 3s at extreme range with those PPCs. That's kind of ridiculous. And the large laser on the Excalibur hits him in the left torso for 7, down to 11 armor there. The Mackie hits Crusader 140 in the right arm and the center torso. The Orion 2C misses Earl on 9s with the Gauss rifle and the ER large. Does land 12 LRMs to the center torso, left arm, and the right leg critical for no effect. Extreme range is nice. Yeah, landing 3 for 3 on 3s at extreme range is nice. I know you've got like an insane gunnery skill, but literally 2 gunnery minus weapon specialist plus 3 for extreme range. That would, for anyone with, for a regular pilot with no SPAs, that would have been a 10 shot, not a 3. So that is pretty ridiculous. Let's see. Earl took damage to the center torso, the left arm, and the right leg. We saw that. The Zeus misses the building entirely on a pair of 10s. The enemy Imp does land an ER PPC on the Behemoth's front for 15, down to 31 armor there. Earl hits the Crusader in the center torso and the left torso. He is down to 9 on the CT. That is Crusader number 140, who is, it looks like, going to die this turn. Took some LRMs as well. Medium Siege Turret lands another PPC on Longsword's center torso. He's down to 3 armor. That's not great. Stiletto at the Crusader number 140 lands a hit into his center torso with an ER large. Medium pulse to the left torso. Medium pulse to the center torso, down to 19 structure. Light flak turret misses Tsubasa on a pair of 9s. Petra lands a PPC on the Crusader's center torso, catches him in the machine gun ammo, which explodes for 400 points of damage. And that is why there is no more Crusader. The pilot Karina takes 2 hits from the ammunition explosion, takes another 3 hits from the ejection, which kills the pilot. And any other shots on the Crusader are going to be wasted. Fortunately, I don't think there are too many more shots on the Crusader. Medium. How does Range Master Extreme even make sense as a trait? I don't know how Range Master Extreme makes sense. Sniper, I get. Having all of your range penalties. You just get it taking the long shots. But Range Master Extreme, where your 4th range bracket has a modifier of 0, but your 1st range bracket has a modifier of +6. Hit a point blank range, Captain. It's too blurry. Yeah, as someone with astigmatism and nearsightedness and all kinds of eye problems, I can relate. If you're running .50, under the campaign options, there should be a life path and turnover and retention tab. See that character profiles get an auto-generated about and a highest education entry. Really? Check that out real quick. Campaign options. Life paths and turnover. Life paths. Okay. Okay, so level of relation. I remember seeing this before. Parents, siblings, and children. Let's go all. Aunts, uncles, and cousins. Manual marriages. prisoner marriages, marriage name changes, random marriage method, enable education module, XP rate. Standard sets enable local academies, enable prestigious academies, enable unit education, override requirements, attending academies. Exam target number 14. Intelligence divided by 4. Graduation bonus. Dropout and washout. Okay, this is all new. I had recognized some of the stuff at the top, but yeah, this is like the procreation stuff is new. It isn't new. The random marriages isn't new. The marriage isn't new. Divorce. I don't remember if divorce was a thing. Use random personality. Randomize origin for dependence. I'm okay with that. Random personalities. Personality traits, quirks, and intelligence. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So consider that engaged. Alright, well that's cool. We'll have to keep an eye out for stuff like that popping up here in the future. But I assume it's going to take some time to filter in because we don't have a lot of influx of new people on a regular basis. Alright, so the Behemoth misses the Crusader on a quartet of 8s, which is kind of unfortunate. Couldn't roll higher than a 7. The light missile turret does land some hits on the Stalker. 8 missiles to the legs. The Phoenix Hawk hits the Crusader on the right arm. That's Crusader 139, which is not really hurt. Heavy missile turret lands another 17 missiles on the Stalker. Ouch. The right torso, center torso, right torso, and right arm. Right torso and right arm both down to 18. When the battle's done, I'll be curious what everyone's been given now. I just saw one of your characters was given a higher education. Wait, what? It already did that? Highest education, early childhood. Okay. Fred Jones, highest education, early childhood, early childhood, early childhood. I get the feeling these are all going to be early childhood. Okay, so it looks like all of our people are graduates of preschool. We might have to go and manually edit that. Is there an intelligence spec? Okay. Yeah, it looks like all of the people are given the highest education of early childhood, so I'm probably going to spec all of the mech warriors to at least high school, all of the administrators to some college, if that's an option. Yeah, it looks like early childhood is the default education level. I suppose we're rich enough now to send people back to primary school. Yeah, I think we can afford that. Let's see. The longsword hits the building. Randomize option at the bottom. Okay, let's check this out. I wish I wasn't in the middle of a mission when I was doing this. Right, kick, randomization. GM, regenerate personality. Aaron shows difficulty grasping more complex or abstract ideas, showing a tendency to rely on simpler explanations or solutions. Wow. And he's still an early adult. GM mode, regenerate personality. Still early childhood. Aurora lets environmental factors like temperature, humidity, or noise levels affect their performance and mood. They demonstrate a strong desire to achieve great things in advance, driven by a clear vision and determination to reach high goals. Okay. So that is... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Just someone knocking on the front door while I'm in the middle of trying to do something. I had to tell them to go away. So yeah, I'm not trying to say that this isn't fun, and in fact, I will definitely mess around with some of this in the future. Seems like something that would be better suited to maybe a new campaign more so than one that was already in progress. But I do want to just, we've already got a personality on this one. Regenerate personality. Adon shows genuine feelings and intentions, acting with honesty and authenticity in their interactions with others. They maintain a personal calendar with detailed notes on daily tasks and upcoming events, checking it regularly. Adon offers profound understanding and perspectives, often providing deep analysis and innovative solutions to challenging problems. Cool. So it seems like they have quite a few different oh, that's maybe not quite right up here at the top, but high school, college, post-grad, doctorate. Okay. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna set everyone to high school for now. I wonder if that's something I can do in mass. Education. No, looks like that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to do after the battle. I could probably select multiple people and randomize thing. Yeah, we can regenerate personality. I'm not gonna do that right now because most of my mech warriors already have personalities that were established previously. But yeah, back to the fight. Black Knight, longsword, firing at the building, hits, and hits. It's down to eight construction factor. If we can land the autocannon 10 on that thing, it wasn't autocannon 10 that we were firing at it, right? That should be a kill, and yes, the champion lands the LB-10X on the building and destroys. That was the siege turret. So that is a pair of PPCs off the field. Let's see, the Kintaro missing on a 12, the Stalker missing the Mongoose on 11s. Siege turret destroyed by building collapse. Imp took 20 plus, needs a 6, gets a 3, falls on his left side, takes 10 damage to the left leg, down to 18 armor there. Earl took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 7. The Stalker, Tugyu, also took 20 plus, needs a 5, also gets a 7. Let's see. The Crusader is up to 2 heat. The remaining Crusader, I should say. And our friendly Zeus is up to 1 heat as well. Everyone else is running pretty cool, probably because of the extreme range. We've lost initiative, but we are going last within our team. Do we want to continue closing? The missile turrets, the laser turret, those can all chill. They only have LRM5s and medium lasers. The flak turret only has LV2Xs. Hoser would like to continue hammering on the imp if we can. It should be easy to find. It's got different camo. Yeah, Hoser is going to stand still in those woods. The Mackie, I think, will run forward and try to get those medium lasers into range. Earl, likewise, has a buttload of medium lasers he would like to get into range. The Clint, I think, is going to be trying to keep his distance. He'll back up 5 hexes. Stiletto. We've got the Orion 2C over here. The Orion 2C is also kind of a threat. He's got a Gauss rifle. The Excalibur has a Gauss rifle. I don't want to get too close to those guys and get them at short range and start eating 15 points at a chunk. Do we turn so that we can back up this way next turn? Yeah, I think we do. Ash definitely needs to get in close, preferably to medium range. Maybe be chasing down the mongoose. Yeah, we'll wait on Ash. We'll wait on the Vulcan. Stalker will run forward into these woods. Start trying to level some more buildings, perhaps. Or maybe turning this way so that we can advance that way. Petra will advance to there at a run. Longsword. Destruction vector 35. Okay, so yeah, not walking on that building. The Vixen hiding amongst the buildings. Let's see. Champion. Advance 7 hexes. Try to get eyes on the mongoose. Phoenix Hawk. We'll take 2 turns, which means 7 hexes. And of course, I've got the AC running and a cat meowing. Alright, Tsubasa. Oh, the imp has moved, but the imp is still prone. Tsubasa will run in and try to flank. And of course, Ash. Oh, the mongoose is on top of a building now. No, that's a wood tax. He did run for a TMM of +4. If we go there, we've got no targets. If we go here, we've also got no targets, but at least we're closer for next turn, so we'll do that. Alright, Imp tries to stand up, needs a 5, gets a 3, falls on his left side, takes 10 damage to the left leg and right torso, down to 13 and 22. Pilot Amanda needs a 5 to avoid hurting herself in the fall, gets the 5, barely. Mongoose enters rubble, needs a 3 to stay standing, gets an 8. Alright, where is... Ash sprinted this turn, so she's got no targets. Let's see, the Mackie at the Imp on 8s, or the Kintaro on 10s, or the Orion on 10s. I'm thinking we can try to take out that Imp this turn. 8s, 10s, and we've got some 12s. We will throw some 12s. We'll go up to 1 heat over on some 12s. Earl has the Imp on 8s and 10s and 12s. We'll skip one of the mediums and throw in the LRMs. That'll be heat neutral for some 8s. Let's see, the Clint has the light flak turret. Does not have the light flak turret. Has the Imp on an 11, has the Kintaro on an 11. We'll take the Kintaro, sure, why not? Stiletto. Taking fire from the light flak turret, which needs 7s with its LB2Xs. We'll take shots at the Imp on 7s. Yeah, we'll hold off on the SRMs on an 11. We'll try to wait for a better shot. Tsubasa has the Crusader on 6s, has the Excalibur on 7s. Let's go for that Excalibur. It definitely has the higher glass cannon quotient. It's got less armor and more scary guns. So yeah, that'll be 8s and 11s, looks like. Or 7s and 9s, sorry. Oh, tripping. The Gauss Rifle and the LRM also need 9s. The Crusader needs 10s and 12s. Tsubasa might be overextended. He might be taking some significant damage this turn. Should be able to withstand a Gauss Rifle hit, but it's gonna hurt. Gonna hurt a lot. We've got a heavy missile turret over here with 30 LRMs. What's the construction factor on that? 45. That's 8. Go 1 heat over with the missiles. Try not to headbutt the Gauss shot. Yeah, no kidding. I'm hoping Tsubasa does not take a Gauss Rifle to the head. Knock on wood. particle board. Anywhere else he should be able to handle it. Even that right leg should be able to handle a Gauss rifle hit without breaking off, unless we get unlucky. Even an arm should be left with 1 point. Mainly I'm just hoping that it either misses or it catches us. I mean, it's gonna go internal if it hits. There's no two ways about that. But if it does catch us in the head, we're screwed. That's true of any mech. We've got the imp on 8s, so we'll take a pair of 8s. We'll take a trio of 8s. We'll throw in some... Oh, we will not throw in any 12s. Phoenix Hawk at the imp on a 9. Hoser taking fire from the Vixen. On 6s versus the imp on 4s. The imp is a pretty easy target for a lot of other people. The Vixen is not an easy target for anyone. It does have 105 points of armor. Mongoose only has 85. The Vixen has 2 ER mediums and an LRM 20 and 4 machine guns. ER large, 2 mediums. Let's see if we can't like leg the Vixen or something. We're not going to be able to leg the Vixen. We might be able to disarm him. We would have to hit him in the same arm twice, and it would have to be the right arm to do any good. Yeah, we'll take a trio of 6s. That'll put us 1 heat over. The champion at the heavy missile turret. Yeah, we'll try and take that thing out on 2s and 4s. And the Black Knight taking a hit from the light missile turret shouldn't be a problem. Maybe we can respond. It's got a construction factor of what now? 47. 41. Heavy missile turret has a construction factor of 45. We've got large laser and some LRMs that are likely to hit, and some medium lasers that are not likely to hit. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll throw some more fire at the heavy missile turret, try to take that thing out. We'll go 2 heat over on 5. I think that's worth it. Alright, light flak turret hits stiletto in the center torso for 1 point of damage. Mackie hits the imp in the right leg with a PPC down to 27 armor. Missed with everything else. Earl hits the imp in the left leg with an LB-10X. Down to 3 armor there. Missed with everything else, including the LRMs. The light laser turret misses the champion. The Clint misses the Kintaro on an 11. The Mongoose misses the Behemoth on a 9. The Zeus misses the building on 9s and 11s. The Vixen at Hoser misses the lasers on 11s, but does land 12 LRMs to the left and right arms. Down to 17 on the left side, down to 19 on the right. Cronus at the imp hits it in the center torso with an ER large, hits it in the left torso with a medium pulse, critting on his ER PPC. Nice. Medium pulse to the left arm, medium pulse to the left torso, critting on a heat sink. Also nice. Well, hold on. Do we want to salvage those? Yeah, I think I want to salvage those heat sinks if I can. He's got quite a few of them, and we could use those. The Excalibur does miss Tsubasa with the Gauss Rifle, but does hit him with the 16 LRMs to the center torso mainly, the right torso and right leg, down to 4 on that leg. Tsubasa returns fire at the Excalibur. Hits him in the right arm with an ER large, on the left arm with a medium, so we did 13 to him, he did 16 to us, so he kind of won that exchange. The Crusader misses Tsubasa on 10s and 12s. The Stalker hits the building with an ER large, missed with 2 mediums, hits with 3 mediums. Stuns the crew with some SRMs, and lands 7, 8, 9, 13 LRMs, down to 6 construction factor. The Orion 2C misses Earl on a trio of 8s with the 2 ER larges and the Gauss Rifle. Petra hits the Imp with the LB-10X to the left leg, critting on his foot, so he's going to be staying down a little bit longer. The Imp on 11s missed with everything. The Behemoth with the LRM-5s on 12s misses the Imp with everything. Phoenix Hawk misses the Imp on a 9. The light missile turret hits Longsword in the right arm with 4 LRMs, down to 3 armor there. Poser on 6s hits the Vixen in the center torso with a pair of PPCs, critting on his gyro, so he will have a hard time staying up as well. Heavy missile turret hits the champion in the center torso for 3. Hits the champion in the head and right torso for another 8. Lieutenant Bendik Machuski needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 4. Champion at the building lands the LB-10X, which destroys the building. Light missile turret misses Longsword on 8s. The Longsword hits the building that's already destroyed. The Kentaro misses Earl on an 11. Heavy missile turret is destroyed. The Vixen, with its gyro hit, needs a 7, gets a 10 to stay standing. So it does not go down this turn. But every turn that he runs or jumps from now on, he will have to make a piloting check at +3. So he will be less mobile than he was, if nothing else. The enemy Crusader is up to 6 heat. The Orion 2C is up to 2 heat. Our Mackie is up to 1 heat. Our Stalker is up to 1 heat. Poser's Ride is down to 1 heat. Our Black Knight is up to 2. Zeus is up to 2. Oh, I got a crew killed too? I didn't see that. Stunned them after they died? Well, dang. We've won initiative, but we are going before our allies. We're at 93%, Team 2 is at 59%, we're trying to get them down to 25 to call this a match. Might be able to do that tonight. Let's see. Mackie will advance 4 hexes and turn. Earl will advance 5 hexes. Clint will advance. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's start pulling forward. The Imp has a foot shot. The Imp is down to a PPC, an LRM-20, and some medium lasers. The Orion 2C and the Excalibur are going to be our next targets. Stiletto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's pull some evasion. 3 +3 to hit should be good. Ash. 3, 4, 5, 6 should be able to get the Imp at effectively short range for her. Tsubasa will wait. Stalker. I'll turn it this way and go around that water. Petra will advance to here, get some eyes on the Orion. Hoser. I think wants to stand still. Let's see. Champion. Maybe like to back up, or can we jump? Yeah, we can jump. Yeah, we'll jump to there. We'll twist. We won't be able to get eyes on much of anything this turn, but next turn we should be able to turn up and this way. Longsword. Longsword would like to back up 3 hexes and turn. Maybe start taking out those missile turrets. Is that the other Vixen? Is that the Vixen? I think that might be the Vixen. Can we get eyes on the Vixen? No, not through those woods. Vulcan. Maybe jump into the back of the Orion 2C. And the Phoenix Hawk. Get eyes on the Mongoose. The Mongoose has a +3 mod. Yeah, we'll do that. Try to keep our distance. Mongoose enters Rebel, needs a 3, gets an 11. So he did that without breaking a sweat. Alright. So the Kintaro lobbing some LRMs at the Mackie. Mackie has the Crusader on 8s, has the Imp on 8s, has the Orion on 10s. We'll go for the Crusader. PPC, or no. We'll go for the Imp because we've got him on 8s with the PPC and the autocannon, and we've got him on 10s with the medium lasers. We'll go 2 heat over for the mediums. Earl. We'll go for the Imp on that. Earl will go for the Imp on 8s with the LBX on the large and the mediums on 10s. We'll go 3 heat over to throw in the LRMs on a 6. Let's see, the Clint has the Excalibur on 8s and 10s. Let's skip down to Petra. Has the Excalibur on 7s, so we'll be doing 3 of those. Wait. 7, 7, 9. Oh, the LV10X is a medium. Dang. Go for the cluster munitions and see if we can't breach his armor. We'll throw in 1 medium to go 3 heat over. Stiletto at the Imp on 5s or the Excalibur on 6s and 8s. 5s and 7s, 6s and 8s. I think the Excalibur needs to go. That Gauss rifle is scary. Yeah, we'll throw in the SRMs too. Hoser only has eyes on the Imp and the Orion on 4s and 5s. So we'll hit the Orion on 5s. The Mongoose. Wait, hold on. We've got the Mongoose on 5s as well. No, let's try to finish off the Imp, shall we? Yeah, we'll do 1, 2, 3. We'll go 5 heat over on an 8 for the Mongoose. Let's see, the Champion also at the Mongoose on 7s with everything. 7s and 11s, I guess, with everything. The Black Knight has the Mongoose on 7s as well. We'll go 3 heat over on a pair of 9s. Let's see, the Stalker. You know what? Stalker. Flip arms. We can't get the larges in, but we can get the mediums on 11. 11's not great. Oh, I see. Heat buildup is currently 0. Normally it would say 2 for running, and then we fire the medium, that puts us at 2. Okay, it's already calculated in the heat threshold, the heat modifier for the combat computer. 5s are hard to hit, yeah. We'll see what we can do. 11s though, 11s and 12s, that's not great. Do we have any other targets? 11s. Got him on 9s. You know what? We'll take a pair of 9s over a bunch of 11s. Ash has the Excalibur on 6s. Ooh, nice. Phoenix Hawk has the Mongoose on an 8 and a pair of 12s. And the Vulcan, last but not least, into the back of the Orion 2C on 6s with everything. We'll go 4 heat over for that. Yes, absolutely. Oh, the Excalibur went prone. I saw that. Alright, the Kintaro lands 12 LRMs on the Mackey's right arm and torso, as well as 2 hits to the center torso, down to 38 there. Mackey at the Imp on 8s, hits him in the right torso with an autocannon 10, down to 12 armor there. And a medium laser to the right leg, down to 22. Earl at the Imp hits him in the right torso with the LB-10X, down to 2 armor, hits him in the left leg with the large laser, down to 6 structure. Medium laser to the right torso, goes internal, 18 structure remaining, 12 LRMs to the right torso, left leg, critting on his hip and center torso. If he wasn't trying to get up before, he's not trying to get up now. The Mongoose hits Longsword in the right arm and gets the lucky crit, blowing off his right arm. That is his PPC arm, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a PPC and a medium laser in that arm. Medium laser to the center torso also goes internal, down to 21 structure. Medium laser to the left arm, down to 12 armor. The Clint misses the Excalibur on 8s and 10s. The Banshee hits the Excalibur on 7s. 2 PPCs to the right leg and center torso. That's going to be a PSR right there. Missed the LBX cluster ammunition. The Vixen misses Tsubasa on 11s and 9s. The Quick Draw hits the Mongoose in the left torso for 5, down to 5 armor. The Cronus hits the Excalibur in the left and right arm for 8 and 7, down to 5 and 3. Medium pulse laser to the left leg for 7, down to 17. The Excalibur hits Earl with the Gauss rifle, finally hits with something. Hits someone with that thing. Hits him in the right arm, down to 19 armor. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm glad it hit somewhere where there was plenty of armor. And 16 LRMs to the right leg, center torso, right torso, left torso. Down to 16 on that left torso. Poser at the imp catches him in the right leg and the left arm. Missed him on the third shot. Down to 2 on that left arm. And the large laser on an 8 does catch the mongoose in the left torso, down to 3 structure. The Crusader misses the Mackie on a 12 and an 8. The champion hits the mongoose in the left torso, destroyed by engine destruction because the mongoose apparently has an XL engine, which I had forgotten about. The Orion 2C hits Petra in the center torso with the Gauss rifle. They are landing those Gauss rifles this turn, down to 25 armor on that CT. Missed with the ER large, missed with the SRM4, missed with the LRM20. Yeah, boo, I know. Boo is missing with the on a 4 with that third Gauss rifle, or third PPC. Let's see. So the mongoose is down. Yeah, 8 damage to the CT, no CT left. The imp lands a PPC on the Mackie's right arm for 15, down to 14 armor there. Medium pulse laser to the right arm, down to 7. Medium pulse laser to the left arm, down to 26. Medium pulse laser to the left torso, down to 25. Ouch. That is 21 points just in pulse lasers, plus 15, that's 36. That is almost a plus 2 to PSR just from what the imp has done to the Mackie. And I think the Mackie took some damage earlier, so that's going to be a plus 2 for sure. Our allied Zeus misses the mongoose. The flak turret misses Earl on a pair of 6s. Our stalker does land 3 LRMs on the imp's left leg, destroying the leg and transferring into the left torso. Thinking about your comment that after a bunch of contracts you have too much money to do anything but buy a ship. Do you think the game is too easy? In the long term, for a Succession Wars mercenary company, yes, it is pretty easy to be very profitable. That said, what you do with that money, I mean, until the tech becomes available, there's really nothing you can do to make the game any easier. And of course, once your rating goes up, your challenge rate, your enemy forces are also going to go up. So the challenge is kind of self-correcting to a degree. At least it used to be. I don't know what kind of algorithm it uses now, but it used to be that your unit rating would play into the enemy forces that were generated for each mission. So a unit rating of A was a higher ceiling on the forces that would be generated. Of course, you also used to be able to adjust the difficulty on a slider. If that's still a thing. No, not close. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, skill level. I'm playing on regular. If you want to make it harder, you can do that. That will increase the number of enemy forces that you're taking on, which honestly will probably make your unit more profitable by bumping that up. If you turn on all the peacetime costs, it gets harder. Yeah. There are a lot of things you can do to make the game harder on yourself. I'm playing it pretty casually, to be honest. Enemies are generated relative to your BV, but the way it used to be is that it would generate a lance, and if the lance fell between the floor and the ceiling, then it would then it would generate another lance until it was above the ceiling. But the floor was determined by your difficulty rating, and the ceiling was determined percentage wise. So like your floor on easy might be like 70% of your battle value. On medium, it might be 80. On hard, it might be 90% of your battle value. But then the ceiling rating used to be based on your unit rating. So as a C-rated unit, your ceiling might be like 120% of your battle value, and then so on and so forth. Just kind of making those numbers up for the purpose of example. But the way I understand it, that's the way it used to work. I don't know if it still does. Maybe employers need a higher probability of screwing you over. I don't know if that's necessarily the direction I would have gone with that. Contract profitability, that's the problem. Yeah, I can see that between the salvage and the profit, it can be a little bit money intensive as far as what you're taking in. But again, I mean, depending on your difficulty and how good of a player you are, you might be replacing mechs at a higher rate, which could be eating into that money that you're saving up. With the new life path and staff turnover options, you could lose your elite and veteran warriors and have to retire or grow your dependents. Rehire and grow your dependents. Yeah, that's another thing that I'm doing in the name of playing casually is I don't have any turnover. Um, because I don't like losing all the people that I've invested all of my time and effort into, and I don't want to lose, my founding members, like player characters, if you will. Um, but yeah, there are definitely ways you can make the game harder. I'm not playing it on a harder difficulty level at all. I did find that on the difficulty setting that I am playing on, I did end up with a bunch of money, but other than ships, there's really not a lot to spend it on. So having all that money doesn't really make the game that much easier, other than being able to just buy new mechs. And once the tech becomes available, buying mechs is not always going to be the best thing to do. I mean, it'll keep you operational, but a bunch of 3025 tech mechs that you can buy cheap and easy against clan tech, for example, you're just going to get chewed up. So I'm glad that we had a fair amount of buffer and a good amount of tech in our unit when we came across the clans. According to the fluff, clan contracts should also be exchange salvage only, which isn't something they implement. It is really hard to get a hold of clan tech salvage. Pretty much most contracts are going to be exchange rights. You have to really look for a contract that lets you take home clan tech. XL engine, endosteel, ferrofibers that can get costly. Yeah, it can. Especially if you're taking the downtime to refit a bunch of mechs with the newer tech. Because then you're buying the tech and you're also keeping the unit running for those weeks or even months while you're refitting everything. Currently throwing 2 lances of my inner sphere tech guys against each smoke jaguar star. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 2 lances per star is about right. Even with Princess at the helm, a clan star is no joke. Definitely more than 1 lance. Definitely more than 1 lance. I mean, this battle here, we've only got a couple of clan tech mechs in this battle, and they are really starting to chew us up. Like our Black Knight has taken a significant amount of damage. And this is, I mean, I'm playing this one pretty conservatively for me. I'm keeping my distance. I'm trying to take them out one at a time. XL engines in particular are let's buy a new max option. Yeah, yeah, especially if you're running anything with ammunition that can go up. XL engines are definitely a mixed blessing. You only hit my side torso. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, XL engines are definitely a mixed blessing. You have to be very judicious in your use of XL engines until you can start getting clan XL engines, which at the time period I'm playing in is not something that is easy to come by. Alright, Ash hits the Excalibur in the left leg with a pair of medium lasers, hits him in the left torso, hits him in the head, forcing his first consciousness check. Miss, right torso down to 8, left torso down to 1. Medium missile turret misses longsword on a bunch of 10s. The Phoenix Hawk hits the Mongoose in the right arm down to 0 armor. The light missile turret hits hits the champion in the head with 5 LRMs, forcing Bendik's second consciousness check and leaving him with 2 structure, critting on his sensors. The champion needs to back off. A machine gun to the head will kill our pilot, so I don't want that happening. This is but a scratch. Yeah. My Black Knight is saying this is just a scratch too. Tsubasa hits the Orion in the left arm with the ER large and a medium lasers to the right arm, machine gun to the left arm and the head, forcing the pilot's first consciousness check. Light missile turret hits longsword in the CT down to 18 structure and another potential crit. The Behemoth hits the imp in the left arm, critting on a double heatsink. The Excalibur goes down, takes 7 to the right torso, leaving it with 1 armor. Narrowly avoids hurting the pilot. Orion 2C needs a 6, gets a 6. The Mackie needs a 5, gets a 5. Earl needs a 5, gets an 11. Longsword needs a 6, gets a 7. So we have taken some significant damage this turn, and we will be picking the Orion in the back on a 5. Watch us fall down. No, we kicked him in the left leg for 8, down to 24. He needs a 5 to stay standing. He gets a 10. Alright. The enemy Crusader is down to 5 heat. The Orion is holding at 2. Our Mackie is up to 2. Our Earl is up to 3. Stiletto is up to 3. Tsubasa is up to 4. Petra is up to 3. Hoser is up to 5. Longsword is up to 3. And our friendly Zeus is up to 3 as well. Everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative, barely, and we are going last, barely. We're at 91%, they're at 47%, with about 15 minutes left in the stream. I'm not sure if we're going to finish this tonight. If we don't, it will be close. Oh, the imp ejected. Let me just check on that real quick. Yeah. Yeah, looks like they're still doing okay for battle value, even without the imp. Alright, Hoser. Stand still. Let's see. The Mackie will advance and run. Earl. Will also advance at a run. Kind of off to the side so he can get around that water. Let's see. The Clint will wait. Ash will wait. Stalker will advance, not to there. Let's see. Petra will advance at a walk. No, at a run. Let's get into these woods. Let's get our champion out of there. Let's see, let's get our Black Knight out of there. Let's see, Clint. Get up in the Excalibur's face. Ash, likewise. Oh, Stiletto can get into the back of the Orion. Let's go that way. Yeah, let's go that way. That doesn't put our back to anyone. Not quite. Ash. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ash would actually like to stand still. She's good where she's at. Liable to take a fair amount of damage this turn at this range and with no evasion, but okay, there's the Kintaro doing his thing. We can get into his back with 3 evasive pips. The Phoenix Hawk will also be getting into the fight. Amanda ejects from the Imp, fails, takes 1 hit, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 4, Imp destroyed by ejection. Excalibur stands up, needs a 4, gets a 7. Target the Excalibur's right torso and he should go down this turn. Honestly, the right or left torso. Or the head. Or... Let's see, what's he got in the right arm? Gauss rifle is in the right arm, so... Yeah, the Excalibur is a bit of a glass cannon. Not very much armor. Needs to go down quickly because of that Gauss rifle. Alright. Let's see, the Mackie at the Excalibur on 6s. Got him on 6s and 8s. And then we'll throw a couple of mediums at the Orion as well on a pair of 10s, just because they don't shoot anywhere else. Let's see. Earl at the Excalibur on 8s at 42%, or the Orion on 9s at 28%. That'll be the Excalibur, an 8 and an 8, and a bunch of 10s. And a 6. Petra has the Excalibur on 6s, or the Orion on 7s. I think the Excalibur might be taking all it needs to take. So we'll go for a 7s and, ooh, not the cluster munitions. Let's go for the AC shot on a 7. And some, yeah, we'll skip the mediums on 9s. We'll go for the easy shots only. Clint at the Excalibur on 6s. Stiletto's gonna wait. Ash has the Orion on 4s. We'll take all of those. Let's see. The Vulcan into the back of the Kintaro on 6s. Let's see, the Stalker. The Orion on 10s. Lovely. Let's see, the Phoenix Hawk. Eights and 10s. Hoser. Not quite have the Crusader in range. Hoser has no targets. Hoser needs to get out of those woods. Champion has no targets, but that's fine as long as no one's shooting at the champion. Black Knight. Got eyes on a medium missile turret over here on 6s. Throw in a 5. And last but not least, the Cronus into the back of the Orion on 6s. That's going to be, I think, just about everything. We'll skip one of the pulse lasers. We'll throw in the SRMs. And I'll put us 5 heat over. We'll jump away next turn. Oh, the Orion is immobile. Behemoth selected LRM5 heat seeking due to better damage potential. Let's see. Quick draw hits the building down to 17 structure. The Mackie hits the Excalibur in the left arm and the right torso. Hits him in the left torso, critting on his LRM20 and the engine. Hits him in the right leg, hits him in the right leg down to 4 armor. The Vixen hits Petra in the left torso for 7 down to 23. Earl hits the Excalibur in the left arm, transferring into the left torso. Flesh wound. And an LRM-20 hits 6 missiles to the left leg, down to 1 armor on that left leg for the Excalibur. Banshee at the Orion hits him in the right torso. Down to 12, missed with everything else. The Excalibur hits Earl in the left leg with a Gauss rifle, down to 26 armor. The Clint on 6s, missed 3 for 3. Dang. We are not rolling great. At least not right now. The Crusader hits Ash with 9 LRMs to the right leg and left torso. Ash returns fire at the Orion, hits him in the left torso, left arm down to 11 structure, center torso, left arm down to 6 structure, right arm down to 9 armor. Tsubasa at the Kentaro hits him in the center torso rear with a medium laser, machine gun to the right leg and left torso rear. The Orion 2C hits Ash in the left torso with that Gauss rifle, hits her in the right torso with that ER large, and 3 SRMs to the left and center torso and the left arm. Left torso is down to 2 armor. 3 misses on 6s, yeah. What are the odds of that? They're pretty slim, I think. And then 16 LRMs to Ash's right leg and right arm, down to 15 and 16 in those locations. The Stalker, missing on 10s except for 3 LRMs to the Orion's left torso and 3 to the right arm. Medium missile turret misses longsword on 10s. The Phoenix Hawk hits the Orion in the left torso with a medium laser, down to 9. The light missile turret misses on 10s. The Behemoth misses on 10s. Light missile turret hits longsword in the head, forcing his first consciousness check. He makes it with a 12. No. Makes it with a 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. Catches him in the right arm, which transfers to the right torso. And then the flak turret hits Earl in the left leg and the right arm. Light laser turret hits the quick draw in the left torso. Black Knight hits the building for another 17 points of damage. The Kintaro misses the Stalker on a 10. The Cronus at the Orion 2C hits him in the head with the ER large, critting on his sensors, or her sensors, and blacking out the pilot. And then a medium pulse laser to the head takes out the Orion 2C. Okay. The Excalibur stays standing. Ash stays standing. Physical attacks, we're going to, you know what, we can kick this building. Sure, why not? And Tsubasa will kick the Kintaro on 5. Cronus kicks the building, destroys it. Tsubasa kicks the Kintaro in the right leg down to 16 armor, but does not knock him down. Alright, people are starting to heat up pretty significantly. Let's check the battle value. They're at 27%. I think we are going to have to go ahead and call it here. We'll call that data 2. And we'll call that exit 2. And we will save this here. And we will call that October 20th, week 2. And we will finish that battle next week. So until then, thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it. It's always nice to have so many people in the chat. Special thank you to Varank and Mr. McGorilla if you're not at work yet. Thin King, Thomas Theisman, Ataraxi. Am I missing anyone? Ajay's. Good to see you as well. Yeah, so many people in the chat today. I'm just scrolling through the chat and it's taking longer than I'm used to. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. And until next week, I hope you all have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week. Take care. We'll see you then.